Microsoft and Apple are becoming the safe bet, the safe haven in these times. Nobody can predict what's going to happen more than a week or two. It's very difficult to play the market right now. The interest rates are low. Where will cash go? It will follow leaders of the market, companies with strong balance sheets, companies that are growing and have a lot of cash in hand. And Apple and Microsoft are the poster boys for companies with great balance sheets and a lot of cash to handle their debt. Many people are complaining about the valuations for these stocks, Microsoft and Apple. The valuations don't matter right now because it's just an inflow of cash. People want to put their cash, investors want to put their cash where it's safe. Apple and Microsoft are the safest place to put your cash right now. Here's a daily chart of Microsoft stock. It's a slow moving stock. It didn't do a lot. It moved up, it consolidated in this box right here from 2018 all the way to 2019. It breaks and then it consolidated in this box from 19 all the way closer to the end of the year. It breaks and it moved parabolically. People realize that, hey, this company, Microsoft, is growing largely because it's becoming a cloud play right now. And you see this trend line right here. It hugs it like a serpentine. It diverges to the upside, diverges to the downside, but it keeps hugging it. This is the center of gravity of Microsoft, this trend line. And we just recaptured. We knocked out it once, twice, third time, and we finally broke over it. And Microsoft is going to capture this trend line and perhaps consolidate just like it does in its past. Here's Apple stock from a weekly perspective. You can see here, you can count the red candles, the down weeks, on your hand. There's only 3 of them, 4 in this move right here. And they're very small. The stock just keep getting bought. More people want to accumulate a stake in Apple. They see this as a long-term, perhaps a lifetime investment. So when you see a dip like this, it's immediately bought by new blood. New investors who missed on Apple, they come in and they accumulate stake in the company. And the reason why you see all these green candles and the lack of red candles, the reason is it doesn't matter if it's being bought aggressively or not. The volume of buying dwarfs the volume of selling. Even in low volume weeks, there is no sellers for Apple. The holders of Apple see it as a lifetime investment. They don't want to sell it. Even if it reaches all-time highs, they don't see it as a trading stock where I'm just going to hold it for a year or 2 years and sell it. They see it as a lifetime investment. So the lack of sellers will keep this stock higher and higher. When will the sellers arrive in Apple stock? Perhaps there is a price. I cannot figure what that price would be. But there is a price where people say, hey, I bought the stock in 2016 or perhaps before, and I made an insane profit. It's time to take it out. But every time the sellers arrive in Apple stock, there's always buyers on the sidelines waiting and buy and accumulate stakes in Apple. Is there a merit to the move that we are now making all-time highs, trading at all-time highs in Apple before the coronavirus? Probably not, because consumer power and consumer spending have increasingly diminished, not just in America, but worldwide. There are less people who will be able to afford buying and upgrading to a $1,300 iPhone. Who can afford that in the middle of the recession? So perhaps that's the point where the sellers will arrive aggressively, when they realize that Apple will slow down. They will not be able to sell phones like they used to before.